Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Geburan Quiet here, and it's been a good long while, I know, but I'm going to basically begin everything by announcing what's to come in due time with this channel and the new stuff that I plan on doing, like live streams and etc. with you guys, as well as just to brief you guys in with what's been going on. So I've just been taking care of a lot of different stuff, and I decided to just take a break and whatnot, to just set everything aside for some time while I basically work on a lot of different stuff in the background. And I recently just came back from a meeting that I had today at a local lodge that I hold dearly and whatnot. And while I was over there, I wanted to basically like do this, but via a live stream. I wanted to basically interact with you guys, with my viewers and whatnot, because I've also received new viewers and whatnot, um, new potential followers to my channel, Geburan Choirs and whatnot. And I wanted to basically just brief you guys in and laying you guys on the situation, explain various different stuff and topics and whatnot, but I can't even do that because in the light of everything, YouTube basically prohibits someone from live streaming for the first time with a little time limit. Yeah, you can't live stream for the first time without waiting 24 hours. So when I was basically brought into the light of that, I was like, oh wow, what a freaking buzzkill. I'm all ready to go, ready to begin live streaming and whatnot. I set some time aside so I can do this, and then I checked at the late I checked everything too late. um so yeah, we're just gonna have to set this for some time this week or something similar along those lines. But yeah, as soon as possible, everything will return back to normal. I'm going to be uploading more content and covering more stuff, and just it's going to be the mundane routine of how everything used to be back then. I just need to finish up a lot of different stuff that I've been taking care of. But in any case, let's begin this video, which is going to be on the sun, Tiphareth AKA Shemesh. The sun has a lot of various names, but I'm just gonna be referring to it as the sun in this video for convenience sake. In any case, the sun is the sixth sphere of the Sephiroth, aka the Yggdrasil, the tree of life. Um, and it is the sun. I'm sorry, and it is the planet that rules and deals with the zodiac sign Leo. Its ruler is my vice patron Raphael, as you guys know. Those of you who are familiar with the Hebrew Kabbalah, as well as I'm sorry, I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anything, and as well as just it being the most important planet, literally, and in both mundane physical life, so in the metaphysical plane as well as in the astral. Okay, the sun literally is always painted in every single astral, spiritual, occult source out there as like the main integral body out of all the celestial bodies that's out there, which is why in Solomonic hexagrams and one that you see it being depicted in the middle, as well as you see it being basically held highly on a pedestal in astrology, in different astrological sources and whatnot. It being a super planet, a major planet that can't go retrograde, like how the other planets can go retrograde and spin it and look like they're spinning in reverse if you view them in the sky, etc., etc. The sun is really, really, really important. But that's a given. It's obvious, and to atone to that as well, um, the sun can basically provide to the user or the exorcist or the summoner or the magician practically anything. It basically takes small bits and pieces of literally every single celestial body that's out there and has it within itself. It can provide destruction. It can provide protection. It can provide romance of faculties and affairs and whatnot. It can basically help one with one's health. um it can basically help them with financial needs. It can help someone with even clairvoyance, but that's to a certain degree, because fire primarily doesn't really deal with clairvoyance, but it is possible. If a fiery spirit even like basically wanted to attempt and even wanted to attempt it on a summoner or someone like that or similar. But yeah, it can basically practically provide anything to anyone who's out there. But the main stuff that the sun really deals with, that the sun specializes in, is money, wealth, abundance, and and pretty much everything that I listed, as well as destructive affairs. And that is pretty much everything that the sun deals with. So think of anything, think of absolutely anything that you see these other celestial bodies providing. The sun can basically do all of that for you. And plus, the sun, you can think of the sun as the jack of all trades when it comes to the stuff that it can offer and provide to the user and whatnot. Um, and now that is pretty much everything in regards to the sun. That's pretty much everything that needs to be stated amongst the sun. Um, so now I'm gonna go over me astro traveling to the sun and depicting how it looks like and etc. from my point of view and my perspective. I first astro traveled to the sun. Let's just say roughly estimated like almost half a year ago. In all honesty, at this point it's about to be half a year ago when I astro traveled to the sun for the first time. And when I did so, it was actually quite funny. Really, something really funny happened, and I'll get to that as soon as possible. But I astro traveled over there, and I was greeted with basically a very beautiful landscape. It reminds me of Venus, but not necessarily. It's actually a lot more better looking than Venus. So think of grass plains with a lot of flowers coming out of the ground. Think of big, beautiful, large trees that freaking soar up to the sky. And they're blooming with various different leaves and stuff like that on them, and fruits and whatnot, apples and etc. It's literally the sun, since the sun literally is the provider of life for us in existence and whatnot, and everything else, because of the sun's gone, literally everything's gone. Then astral traveling to that plane, you can literally see it being reflected in its appearance and its aesthetics. It literally is just filled with life all across it and whatnot. It's just ridiculously amazing. And I was greeted as well by my vice lord, my vice patron, who was in the sky and whatnot. I called and then I basically waved at him, and then I called him towards me. He landed down next to me and whatnot, and we basically just started speaking and whatnot. But the funny thing that happened while we were speaking was I astral traveled that day with headphones on. I have some wireless headphones that are from the company Sennheiser, some German company, and I basically wear them sometimes because occasionally there could be a lot of different noises outside and whatnot, and I've grown used to it. But before, at the when I was basically astral traveling for the first time and whatnot, I still had to get used to learning how to astral travel under various different situations and various different circumstances and whatnot, especially noise. So I just it was very annoying. It was like a nuisance. It was like a burden, basically, hearing a whole bunch of stuff, trucks outside, freaking horns and people yelling and whatnot. So I just threw on my wireless headphones and I decided to astral travel. And while I was speaking to my vice patron, Rafael, I at some point during the conversation, while I was speaking to him and whatnot, we were gonna do something. He was gonna basically give me like a tour around his sphere, but my wireless headphones ended up going off in my ear. Imagine just being so inclined into the astral, into the moment and whatnot. Okay, I'm only hearing the what I can hear inside of Tiphareth, the wind flowing. I can hear the trees moving and whatnot. I can hear my vice lord's voice while he's speaking to me. I can also hear myself. I can hear basically everything. I'm very in tune into the moment and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, physically, I hear the words "power off" literally in my ear, and that thing was loud as hell because it's in my ear and whatnot. And that thing, it basically disoriented me so much that my astral body shot back into my physical body. It came all the way back from the sun, back into my physical form, and it slapped me really hard. That because there was too much momentum of it was basically like just pulling something really hard, yanking something with the rope, and it freaking shoots at you. And that's basically the equivalent of what happened. And my astral body shot all the way back into my physical form, and that thing was very undesirable. It was not a pleasant experience. After, my head hurt like a lot. I basically had like a semi headache. I felt nauseous. I felt like crap basically after that. I also had a stomach ache and whatnot. And I explained everything to my patron, but my patron understood what happened, and he was like, yeah, you know, it's best to not use external sources like that as a means of making it making the process more easy to execute when astral traveling, you know, because stuff like this can happen. And yeah, no, I agree with him. I highly advise against doing stuff like that because, you know, especially if it's wireless headphones, um they're always on. When you pull them out, they basically just start reciting various things: power on, connection lost, Bluetooth connected, blah 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 blah. And yeah, okay, doing that with astral traveling with stuff like that in your ear, that's not good. But that was pretty much my first experience. I've visited Tiphareth after that several times, and it's all the same experience really. So there's nothing much to be said on there. It's just a beautiful plane. Um, you can see all the various other spheres and whatnot in the sky as well. The sky is beautiful. The clouds are just really, they're just shaped in a very unique and perfected way. It's hard to explain, but you're gonna have to basically see it for yourself if you can astral travel. And and yeah, it's just a beautiful plane. That's pretty much all I have to say on that. So yeah, that is pretty much the sun, just briefly summarized. Let me see if I missed anything. And from an astrological perspective as well, the sun basically from an if you were to basically absorb the astral energy of the sun, if you were to sit back and meditate while you're astral traveling inside of the sun, and you sit alongside a tree or something like that, the energy that you basically gain and the effects that it has on you are basically stuff like, you know, stuff like you feel more affectionate, you feel more ambitious, you feel more generous, you feel serenity, you know, you feel more sereniful, if that's even a word. You feel more peaceful, more passive. um what else? You feel more enlightened, you feel more positive and whatnot in nature, because that's primarily what the sun does. It's light. It's literally just light. Okay. In terms of its effects, it's like standing outside while the sun is literally shining on you, and how it makes you feel is the equivalent of how the astral energy feels, but a lot better, with a lot more added detail and effects attached to it. So it's just really nice. It goes a long way. You can also heal yourself by absorbing the astral energy of the sun while being there, bringing it back into your physical body and letting it do its job and flow through you up and down. And that's like another means of basically healing yourself and whatnot. So yeah, that is pretty much all that I can possibly mention on the sun. Um, so yeah, I'll pretty much just leave you guys to it with this. More stuff will come in due time, but it's all a process right now as I'm juggling a lot of different stuff on my plate right now. I have a full plate, so to speak. But please be in tuned, and that is pretty much all for now. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.